The Devon versus Vitaly super match has been a dream match for the arm wrestling fans for almost 5 years. But initially, Devon avoided this confrontation by saying that Vitaly is just way too strong. But things have changed now. For the first time, I've heard Devon say very confidently that he's not only going to beat Vitaly, but he's going to destroy him. Hello arm wrestling fans, in this video, we are going to discuss Devon's comments about the Georgy Tsvetkov super match and a potential Vitaly Laletin super match. Please check out the Voice of Arm Wrestling interview, link will be in the description. Devon said that he wants to make his victory against Georgy very big, and he's going to do that by top rolling him because self-admittedly, he has never been top rolled, and after that, he's going to hook him and dad move him. But despite all of that confidence, Devon believes that odds are that in the first round, he will be on the winning side and Devon will have to go to the king's move. But that round is going to last somewhere between 20 seconds and 30 seconds. And Georgy is not going to get even a single pin because he does not have any inside game, any shoulder commitment by a tricep press or a flop press. That's why he couldn't finish Devon when he's in his king's move. But he did acknowledge that even Andrei Pushkar never flop pressed before the Michael Todd match. So maybe Georgy is also going to evolve. But from what we saw in the Jerry Cadet match, Georgy does not have the ability to transition to a press. If that wasn't because of a torn pectoral muscle, then he's in big trouble against Devon Larratt. Devon also said that there will be lots of complaining and lots of crying about the referee's grip, about unfair setup by Georgy Tsvetkov. A zebra that's getting eaten by the lion. You know, at some point the zebra stops crying and just lets itself be eaten. Now these are some powerful and evil words, I'll say, from Devon, which clearly show his confidence. But this match, as everyone is saying, is going to be very difficult for him, even difficult than the Denis Tsvetkov match, and that's what Devon too agrees with. Devon said that Ermes versus Georgy can be a grinder of a match. He will initially favor Ermes in the first round or so, but eventually Georgy Tsvetkov will beat him. But a very tough match for both of these. But he did say that although Georgy has a better top roll than Ermes, but he would still lose to Denis Tsvetkov because you cannot beat Denis with just a top roll. You need to come forward into a press, then transition back to a top roll, and then come to a press, and then transition back, just like Devon Larratt did. And Georgy cannot do that, and without that, it's almost impossible to beat Denis Tsvetkov's sticky defense. And then Devon predicted a potential Ermes versus Denis Tsvetkov match. He believes that Ermes is going to beat Denis easy. I see Ermes actually maybe having an even easier time with Denis than I did, because he's gonna have hand control and he's gonna be able to blast him the same way I did, but probably even stronger. And Devon himself is more confident in beating Georgy Tsvetkov than what he was against Denis and Ermes Gasparini. Now let's talk about the Vitaly Laletin comments from Devon. Devon talked about the practice pull that these two had back in 2018, and he did say that some people try to win in practice pulls. Whether he was trying to claim that Vitaly was trying to be a practice pull champ that day, but it was quite evident that that day Devon had nothing for Vitaly. Vitaly got his hand beat and he even beat him in a high hook. So Devon really wasn't able to do anything that day. Vitaly is impressive. His strength, his speed, his technique, he is so impressive. But I just come back to this match with Dave Chaffee. If Dave Chaffee is doing that to you, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna mess you up. If you don't blast me, you're gonna have a difficult day. Now there are two things that can be said in counter to this comment from Devon, which can still make this match look close despite the massive difference in their common match against Dave Chaffee. Number one is Dave Chaffee was on a decline. So maybe the Dave that Devon faced and the Dave that Vitaly faced weren't the same. But it's a question, how much can you really lose in such a short amount of time? Maybe not that much. And the second point is that Vitaly himself said even before the match and after the match that his shoulder wasn't the best that it has ever been. It can be better, it can be healed. So he was not in his peak shape. And now Vitaly is much stronger, which is quite evident from his win against Rivas Lutidze and maybe against Zaur Pezulaev as well. But there is one more factor in that because Zaur was also recovering from an injury, so we cannot really take that into account. But for sure, Vitaly is in the best shape that he has ever been. When asked by Coach Ray, Devon clearly said without even thinking for a second that yes, I am going to beat Vitaly. And after that, he said that he's going to face Vitaly before he decides to cut weight in case Vitaly wins this match against Ermes. But if Vitaly loses, then Devon will go down, he will win more belts, potentially the 105 kg belt or even the 95 kg belt, and then in the future at some time he will face Vitaly for sure. I see myself winning. Once I beat Devon, I feel like I own the division. I own it. What are your thoughts about this potential Vitaly versus Devon match? Can Devon slip? Is Vitaly's grip going to be way too much? Or Devon's pronation and his rise and his experience and his king's move and inside game are going to be way too much for Vitaly? Mention in the comments, like the video and subscribe.